Now, we can't really talk about the development of babies without talking about nutrition and breastfeeding. Now, while I know quite a lot about brains, I know very little about breastfeeding and somewhat about nutrition, but not a nutritionalist. I suppose the important information you need to know is about how nutrition and breastfeeding interacts with your baby's brain. Now, obviously breastfeeding is best. There are things within breast milk that science cannot reproduce. So out of all the different ingredients we can put in formula that tries to reproduce breast milk, we end up getting about a quarter of those right, and the other 3/4 can't really understand what's in there. So there's lots of stuff about breast milk we don't understand yet, but we certainly know it's best. But babies seem to develop just fine when they're on the bottle as well. So if for any reason you can't breastfeed, then there's no need to feel really bad about it. So how does nutrition interact with the brain? The main one you need to know is that, well, sugar is the really bad thing. Sugar reduces a thing called neuroplasticity, which allows your brain to move and to grow. So in terms of under 18 months old, I wouldn't be quick to be giving the kids ice creams and lollies. Any type of refined sugar may seem like the baby enjoys it, but it's not very good for their brain. It puts their whole system under stress. Human beings just haven't had enough time to evolve to the amount of sugar that we have now. Nutritionalists are saying that by the time your child is 5 years old, when they go to school, they would have consumed as much sugar by the time they're 5 as their great-grandfather did in his whole entire lifetime. So the brain has not had time to evolve to that. So be very wary of sugar whānau. When I see people putting Coca-Cola in bottles with, really bad for the brain. Basically, the sugar puts the brain and the heart under stress. It doesn't know the difference between sugar and being stressed. So that when the baby's data gathering in the first 1,000 days, sugar elevates their heart rate and it gives them basically negative data. So limit the sugar. Oftentimes parents are really quick to want to put their children onto solids. We're really quick to, get him to the next stage of development. How quickly will he walk? Can we get him on solids quickly? Just be aware that if a child's put on solid food before their digestive system is developed and ready for it, again, that's going to put the baby under whole lots of stress. It's going to put their system under stress, which is going to put their brain under stress. The idea is to keep stress levels as low as possible. So of course you don't want your baby to be hungry, but don't go thinking that the earlier you get them onto the solids, the better they will grow and the better they will be. Really listen to the advice of the health professionals around you. If you're still seeing your midwife, if you're seeing a plunket nurse, seeing the doctor, it's not a race. They won't have any benefit from having it nice and early. I'm sure they've all told you already while you're pregnant to be having lots of iron, to be drinking regular water. I think sometimes people underestimate the power of water. I mean, you have to be hydrated in order to use all your brain. As soon as you're slightly dehydrated, your brain starts to shut down. When the baby's in the womb, as soon as you start to get dehydrated, the baby starts to get the message that there isn't enough resources in the world for them really to be able to reach their full potential. So just by carrying a water bottle with you and being fully hydrated, then your baby is gathering the message that there's lots of resources in this world. I never go without. Water is a plenty. And that is already giving them the message to reach their full development. So iron during pregnancy, drinking lots of water, breastfeeding if you possibly can, and really trying to limit the amount of sugar that you, or under 18 months, really trying to eliminate sugar. They don't need it at all. Doesn't give them any advantage. And listen to your healthcare professionals. Kia ora.